Are the Chicago Bears going to stay in Illinois or move to Indiana? You have no idea how many times we get asked this question. We're not experts, but we're going to talk about it. And all of this is our own personal opinions.
Yes, that is correct.
We have no relationship with the Bears, no relationship with the governor's office, no relationship with Arlington Heights, and no relationship with anybody in Indiana except for friends that live there.
Yeah, that's it.
So let's talk about the Bears.
Well, it's been several months since we
Dove
talked
into
about
this
it.
topic.
There we go. It's almost season. It's almost time for the season to start. Go Bears!
Right.
And we get asked a lot about, hey, what's going on? What do you think is going to happen with the new stadium? So since the last time we discussed this in this forum, Indiana's coming into the picture, and the organization has committed, sort of, to going to Indiana.
That's what the newspapers say around here.
And that's what the Bears statement came out, and that's what Indiana says. So.
As opposed to Arlington Heights, which is about 15 minutes from where we live.
Yes. And a couple-minute train ride.
Exactly.
Straight up Northwest Highway.
Exactly.
So my opinion, I still think they will and should be in Arlington Heights. It's the best business decision across the board. I mean, in Arlington Heights, they've got so many acres there. Actually, some person recently said it's about the size of Epcot.
I was not aware of that.
There's a lot of acreage there.
Yep. And that is what was formerly Arlington Park Racetrack that the Bears bought years ago with the intent to move the stadium out of Chicago off the lakefront to Arlington Heights.
Right. So, I mean, they'll build a stadium and restaurants and parking, and they can build businesses, and then they can put housing and condos and townhouses.
And some of the drafts and the mock-ups showed that already,
right.
That those type of things have been published in some visions of what that property could be.
So for the McCaskies and the other owners of the Bears, it could just be a huge megaplex. Lots and lots of money. Why aren't they in Arlington Heights already?
Your own personal opinion.
And why aren't shovels already in the ground? Because they said they were going to be, is because poor negotiating skills, in my humble opinion.
Your opinion.
And there's lots of blame to go around. Sorry, Governor Pritzker, but the leading candidate for that is the governor's office. And also President of the Bears, Kevin Warren, blame to go around. The poor negotiating skills on both parts as we listen to the rhetoric and what happening, and then the backpedaling and allowing Indiana to come in at the last minute and go, ooh, we'll help you.
Right. Amongst others that had raised their hand along the way as well to say we would like the Bears in our area. Some of them still being in Illinois, but the biggest front runner that kind of threw a monkey wrench in everything was Indiana.
Right. And then when everything was starting to come together and deciding between Arlington Heights, Indiana, the Bears said, oh, well, maybe we could stay in Chicago too. And then Chicago said, of course, we'll keep the Bears. And then they were throwing things out. And then the state legislature tried to pull something together at the 11th hour after Indiana, possibly Chicago got involved in the mix.
Before the summer recess.
Yep. And it never got voted on. So, and I'm not sure anybody really came out other than the governor's office that said, we're not going to help billionaires. And then it's like, oh, but of course we want them here anyway. And we will help because we do help big organizations. But it was a mess, in my humble opinion. And it shouldn't have gone there. I don't believe if it was handled properly, Indiana would have even been in the mix.
Running. Mm-hmm.
However, the state of Illinois and the Bears allowed somebody else to come in at the 11th hour and throw some opportunities out there. Maybe it'll help the Bears. Maybe it won't help the Bears. I'm not 100% sure, but it should have been started already. Again, in my opinion, I don't think there's any reason why the Bears shouldn't be in Arlington Heights. Money aside and everything else, that's just the most logical place. The Bears, I'm going to go on, this is Joe's Bears fan opinion, the Bears should be in Illinois no matter what.
Right.
That's the way it is.
Indiana has a team. Now, there are other states that may have two teams, Ohio, some others, that's fine, but as diehard Bears fans, we'd like the Bears to stay in Illinois.
That is correct. The pride and joy of Illinois. We've all heard the song. Now we've also heard rhetoric about, well, this is going to save the Bears, $1 billion, $2 billion, $3 billion. I don't remember what the number is anymore. It's a big number over 40 years. Well, to be honest with you, I don't care too much about 40 years from now and how much it's going to save the Bears. What I do care about, though, is the cost and how much money this megaplex could actually bring in. And that's why I think Arlington Heights was like, wait a minute, let's not mess this up. And even the whole Northwest Corridor where we live and do a lot of business and everything else, how much money would that megaplex bring in for the schools and the state and everything else? We haven't heard that number. We heard how much money it might save the Bears. And if it saves the Bears $1 billion or two or what, over 40 years,
okay,
great, good for the Bears. They're a business.
Right.
Let's put that out there, and that's a fact, and it's true. And as a business
saving
owner,
money is good. We like it as business owners.
But how much does it bring in? Now, if it brings in twice that amount, no reason not to do it, right? But we haven't heard that, and we haven't seen all the numbers. We haven't heard the stats.
Right.
The Bears organization have dragged their heels from what I'm hearing on a few of the basic things you usually need to get these things moving forward. So like I said, a lot of blame going around. I guess when all's said and done, our opinions, my opinion, Joe Bears fan, Gene
Pride and joy in Illinois.
Gene's Bears fan is we'd like to see him in Illinois. However, even I think the best business decision overall is for the Bears to be in Arlington Heights. So, and not Northwest Indiana. But we just lend our opinion. I don't know. I guess Bears, if you're listening, let us know. Happy to chat with you about any of this. And I guess the governor's office too. If you want to give us a call, DM on us.
Right.
Happy to discuss that.
As real estate agents, I mean, when we kind of roll all this into what it means for real estate too, if the Bears had put shovels into the ground in Arlington Heights, that could have meant some significant differences for real estate in Arlington Heights, Mount Prospect, Palatine, Des Plaines, some of those close communities.
I mean, just Rolling Meadows, everything.
Absolutely. We've had people contact us in the past and say, I want to purchase a property in that area, knowing that the Bears were coming. So some of that has kind of been put on halt. It didn't change many of the home values. Those are still increasing home value communities right now. But there's a lot that we need to figure out before we could say, yes, the Bears are coming and let's talk about what that could mean for home values. We can't see the future. But the only thing that has run through my mind as a real estate agent, I think we've talked about it on other videos, is if the Bears are there, the stadium is there, everything is running, to show a property on a Sunday afternoon, if the Bears are playing at home, has to be a strategic plan to get in and out of that area. Could we make it happen?
Yeah,
absolutely. However, there's a lot to think about when it comes to how the Bears, if the Bears stay in Arlington Heights, what that's going to do to the real estate values and everything else.
We're a long way from any stadium being able to sell tickets and have people there.
Absolutely.
So
absolutely.
That's our update.
We're keeping our fingers crossed for Arlington Heights. We would love to know what you think
let
about
us know.
the Bears move.
Thanks.
Leave the comments.